Okay, we have some updates about Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival. Now, 9-year-old Ezra Blunt is in a medically induced coma after attending the festival with his dad. Ezra was on his father's shoulders when his father passed out due to the heat. Now, Ezra fell and was trampled. He was initially taken to a hospital and listed as a John Doe, and family members later learned that he is also suffering from major organ damage. Ezra is the youngest victim so far. Now, it's been reported that Travis is being sued by that child's family, as well as several other victims who are also injured. What are your thoughts on this tragedy? And should a 9-year-old have been at this concert in the first place?
I mean, you can't tell people how to raise their kids or what content that they should be able to consume. This is just a very sad story. And I know when situations like this, somebody's head has to roll and we have to make somebody the scapegoat. I feel bad, first and foremost, for all the people who have lost their family members, but I also feel bad that this is now being made the Travis Scott situation. I mean, because he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as the performer, he showed up to sound check and got on stage and did his job. Shouldn't a lot more of this responsibility be falling on maybe Live Nation per se, or the venue?
I agree. Al, what do you think?
I have to disagree with that. First of all, Travis Scott needs to stand up, and he is, taking some responsibility. Travis Scott, in general, his marketing is to young kids. Let's not forget he has a $20 million Happy Meal deal with McDonald's. So he is paraded in front of kids all the time. Also, Travis Scott's album cover, Astroworld, has kids on it. It is the depiction of a circus in an amusement park. So he's constantly appealing to kids in order to get that large number of sales from the kids, because they have disposable income because of their family. Now, who's responsible? I think it should be a shared responsibility. First of all, parents should know that Travis Scott has a history. He has a rap sheet, convictions, and pleaded guilty to inciting rage and crowd. What's it called, guys? I'm sorry, I'm blanking.
Insurrection.
Yeah, so he has a long rap sheet of doing that in different cities with his concerts. Parents should look into what they're sending their kids into. This is nothing new. People have died or gotten bodily harmed in his concerts before. So I think it should be a shared responsibility. Parents should know where they're sending their kids and who they're sending their kids to go see. Travis Scott knows that he has a history of inciting rage and this type of intense pushing and shoving at his concerts, and the record label know it too. And I just feel like all of them should share in the responsibility of making sure those lives and people that were injured are taken care of.
He's definitely he's at the forefront. I do think that he shares some of the responsibility, but I do think he should not be the main face. And I think that you only really hear much about him. And as far as if you're a performer, you're going to perform, wouldn't you think? And you have people that are that's literally their job, to make sure that things are in place, that these things don't happen. And you focus on your performance, correct? Right?
That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, like that's the part where I'm like, oh, these people, they're all canceling him. And I'm just like,
it's getting sketchy for me, because it's like, I don't hire security. I'm not over barricades and stage logistics. I am only responsible for what I can do on the stage. Now, to the extent in which he's inciting people to, I guess, act crazy and stuff, sure. But even then, this just, to me, feels as if it falls more on the logistics and security department than it does the artist.
Well, they did have a young lady who was a part of the security team. Allegedly, there were 900 individuals that were selected to be security, but they were chosen off of Facebook and social media. So they had no security training. And she shared the accounts of the head guy of security wasn't even paying attention to the concert and didn't even know when this rage and this push started. So, you're right. There should be some accountability, but let's be very clear that Travis Scott knows what he's doing. If you guys watched his documentary, it's amazing. People love that man. Those kids were climbing over the gate to get to him. It's almost like a cult-like environment. I just hope that this incident really forces him to dial it back and to become more aware at the effect that he has on his audience.
There were meetings before this happened that they didn't think they were equipped for 50,000 plus people, more than they say the reports maybe even higher, closer to 70,000 or 80. And then again, to piggyback on what you said, Al, they were hiring people, paying them $10, $12 an hour that had no experience in security to work this thing. They had too big of a crowd, and they were understaffed. And I heard tickets were like $500. So the Kardashians have reportedly removed footage of Travis Scott from their reality show on Hulu. According to a source, the Kardashians know the Astroworld investigation will be a lengthy one, and it's the last thing they want to talk about when they return to reality television. Now, Kylie and Kendall Jenner attended the festival, and they both released statements along with their sister Kim, declaring their distress over the tragedy. There's also a petition to have Scott drop from Coachella, and it isn't helping his cause that he's known for encouraging his fans to engage in mosh pits during his concerts. Now, his career, of course, has taken a huge hit because of this tragedy. Do y'all think he'll be able to recover from this or not?
Yeah, I mean, Diddy did. You know, we can't remember. You remember that many years ago, Diddy had that thing at one of the colleges or somewhere, and some people got trampled on. The doors didn't open, and they got trampled on. I think he'll be able to recover. I think it's unfortunate that he's being canceled left and right. And like I said, I don't want to sound insensitive to people who have lost their lives. I just don't understand how this is the fault of the performer. And as Claudia, you and I know, I mean, hell, as many live shows and stuff that I do, I don't ever want to be responsible for what happens in the audience when I'm just there to perform.
Yeah, you know, Claudia, I think he'll recover. But he also, I keep coming back to this, guys. He has a long rap sheet. He has been charged and convicted for doing this on a regular basis. So I think he needs to take ownership and understand the effect that he has on this audience. Now, regardless of that, Travis is going to be okay. This is what upsets me about this story. These Kardashians are so good at taking advantage of Black men. They're able to procreate with them, have kids with them, walk the red carpet with them, grace the cover of major magazines with them. But the second they get into trouble, you're going to abandon them like they're a used pair of shoes. Hell no, that's not right. And I can't wait till the day that somebody stands up for the inequities that they have within their brand. I just don't like it. That man didn't, I just don't like it. Sorry.
Alyssa Jones says the people who trampled over the victims need to be held accountable as well. And Kalex says Travis waited hours to address any issues. So I'm sure he had also be, think about his brand moving forward and like, when do I say something? You know, I don't know. Anyways, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we will definitely keep y'all abreast of any updates with this story. We'll be back with more TGIF when we return.